I'm Eunju Chen, and I'm on the Stewardship Committee, and I'm going to talk a bit about worship and giving. And this is my third time, but I'm still very nervous because I really want to share something real from my life, and it's something that's very important. So to make sure that my point doesn't get lost in my words, I'm going to start with a conclusion. In conclusion, giving and tithing is one way we relate to God, and all the ways we relate to God is worship. Worship, then, is the performance of our relationship with God. Money, time, talent, prayer, we offer these to God out of love, obedience, and the realization of who He is. Of course, there's budgets and dollars and things like that, but centrally, to me, it's a part of how I relate to Him. So a bit more about how I relate to God. Jesus is the Lord of my life, and yes, this does mean that Jesus is the pilot of this plane called my life. I belong to Him, my life belongs to Him, so by the transitive property, like math, all that I have belongs to Him as well. Tithing, then, is a very generous arrangement. I don't give God all of everything that belongs to Him, not even half. I can, in all good consciousness, supported by the Bible and church traditions, just commit 10% to God. I get to keep and enjoy the rest of the 90%. The donation, the 10% that goes to God, gets there via the church budget, and in our case, other ministries that we support financially. But once it leaves my hands, I'm done, and I can get on with enjoying my 90%. If at some point I want more to say about what happens to my offering to the church, I shall run for a position on vestry. Now, just because the control of that 10% is out of my hands, it doesn't mean I never see it again. In Deuteronomy chapter 14, verses 22 and 23, it says, "Set apart a tithe, which is 10%, of all the yield of your seed that is brought in yearly from the field, in the presence of the Lord your God, in the place that He will choose as a dwelling for His name. You shall eat the tithe, so that you may learn to fear the Lord your God always." Remember, the fear of the Lord is the beginning. In this passage, the people who brought a tenth of their yearly goods ate them themselves. So here, literally, the tithe was self-serving. For us now, it's the same. What we give to God, He gives it right back to us, individually and to the church. We will partake of the tithe we bring to God as it provides us with these fine, sturdy, and beautiful facilities, ensures teaching, preaching, and pastoral care for us, our children and youth, fulfills our calling to do good in this community, and so on and so on. In short, all these things give us the means to worship. They support our ministry, our worship. It's hard to say we belong to God, that all we have belongs to God. Lordship does not come naturally to humans. This is the human condition. I wrestle with it every few days. The days I don't wrestle with it can mostly be accounted for by the fact that I just don't think about it. Sometimes I just have to ride on the faith of God's faithfulness to me. Here at the worship service, worship an infinite God who doesn't need funding for His projects. Generously, He invites us to participate in our own worship, because funding our own ministry for ourselves gives us a firm location in our own faith. It's really a brilliant plan. Jesus told the rich man in the gospel reading today to sell all his riches and give the proceeds to the poor and follow him. That rich young man went away sad because he could not do this, and I don't think I could do that either. I hope Jesus does not ask such a thing of me. Another reason why I love the 10%, 90% deal. Another reason I have to worship him, because I just have to commit the 10% as my portion to God. And for you, it may be 5%, 3%, 2%, whatever you allocate to God for him. Because he is indeed worthy of it. God is grace and love. So I give what I have to give full-heartedly and strive to reach for him in faith day by day.